What was normal 20-30 years ago, but is considered a luxury now? New furniture made out of real wood. Not being expected to be reachable 24/7. Farmers markets. You used to be able to go down and get fruit and vegetables cheaper than the grocery store. Now it seems like they charge 3x more than stores do. Getting things repaired instead of buying new. Single-income families buying a home. Being left the fuck alone. Buying something and just owning it. Playing a video game without an internet connection. Not having to provide your email address for every single fucking thing you do. Privacy. Good quality fabric in clothing. I have clothes from the 90s and 80s from my mother that still hold up today. These days, I'm lucky if my shirt isn't saggy and misshapen within a year. Items not requiring a subscription each month. Retirement plan built into your job. Getting a handwritten letter. Legroom on an airplane. Calling a company and getting a person on the other end of the phone. Edit. Thanks for the awards, kind people. I really didn't expect this to blow up like this. A company-funded pension plan in the private sector. My wife's grandmother retired from one of our local health insurance companies over 30 years ago with a full pension. She's 91 and still receives her pension, although the insurance company was acquired by a larger organization a few years back. It's a modest pension, but it allows her to live a comfortable and independent life. Nowadays, companies only offer 401k or similar retirement plans. Outside of education, government, very few private sector companies offer pension. I'm fortunate enough to be employed by one that still does. Bullshitting your homies on the playground. Had this revelation last week when talking to my nephew. His friend told some blatant lie, I guess 9-year-old, and everyone pulled out their brand new iPhones to Google his lying ass. Remember when someone would say something and you just believed them? Even if you didn't, you were in for an hour-long argument on how it wasn't possible for Marilyn Manson to remove his ribs to suck his own dick. It is a luxury because it takes either credit or popularity to just be believed these days. Shit, I doubted half my professors just because they were old. Being able to afford having only one person working in a relationship. Pork belly. Used to be a bad cut of meat that was disposed of or given to the poor for dirt cheap prices. Then rich people realized that the poor made it delicious, which then caused prices to skyrocket. Family vacations. I remember going on road trips regularly and even flying once or twice as a kid. Now that I have kids, there's no way I can afford a week-long trip to the Badlands, Grand Canyon, Disney, Universal Studios, etc. Best I can do is a day trip to the Dells maybe once a year. Concert ticket prices. Being able to go out every Friday after work and being able to afford it. Being able to buy a decent standard home on one modest salary. Games that released mostly complete stable. Games that didn't have microtransactions. Games that are not live service garbage that dies less than a year later. Games that you unlock content cosmetics through actually playing the game, and not by excessively grindy progression systems to entice you to buy XP boosts, i.e. time skips, or by microtransactions. Going to the doctor. I'm 28, but even when I was a kid you could go to the doctor when you were sick or hurt. Now I won't go to the doctor unless I'm dead. A single family detached house. Photographs on actual photographic paper. I know it's still possible, but oh so rare. Lots of people are saying owning a house, but owning anything is at this point with how much subscription services are pushed. Word used to be just installed with your Microsoft software. Now you have to pay each year. Avoiding people by simply not answering the landline phone. This would make the person calling assume you are just not home. We introverts no longer have this luxury with cell phones, texting, online status when logged into a PC so co-workers can IM you, etc. Leaving your family behind to start your life at 18 or even younger. Now, folks be living with their parents until they're 45, saving up for 100 square feet closet that costs $2,000 a month in what barely passes as not a slum. A yearly family vacation out of the area lasting for 10 days. Annual vacations. Owning the software you purchased. Is society sick? Or are we just hyper-aware of stuff that's fucked up now? Meals on domestic flights. Affordable healthcare. A pension you could retire on. Solid wood furniture. Buying a house while being middle class. Working hard to put yourself through college, buy a house, and a truck. Surviving on entry-level wages. Having your own row on an aircraft. Not getting felt up at airports. Reminder that 20-30 years ago was 1993 to 2003, for all the people responding with things from the 60s 70s. Not having to sign up to hear about the latest offer, when I just want a $2 item as a one-off. It takes a village mindset. It does take a village, but unfortunately that's all the further people will go is telling you, they aren't actually willing to help out. It's always it takes a village, you're doing great, you got this. Living without a roommate. Standing in a field of fireflies at dusk. A house, union, affordable education, and the middle class. House ownership and being debt-free. Everyone has accepted debt as parts of their lives. People making friends with one another purely because they enjoy their companionship and not because of networking. $1.15 average per gallon gas prices in the 90s. Paying no more than 30% of your income in rent. Surfing the web without a bunch of ads thrown in your face every few seconds. Household products that didn't break within the first few years of use. My grandma had the same fridge from 1993 for a good while before deciding to switch to a newer, bigger one 2 years ago. Yes, it broke within those 2 years. My mom's wedding cookware is still going strong 25 years later. But whenever she needs new pans they start flaking Teflon into the food within a few months. Affordable health insurance. Even longer ago health insurance companies were not for profit. Nixon gave us for-profit HMOs. Look where that got us. We deserve Medicaid for all. Being unreachable. Apartments. I could get a one-bedroom apartment in the state of Wisconsin back in 1997 for under $500. Now that same apartment $1,800. Electronics coming with free headphones and chargers. Owning a home, graduating college with no debt, being able to retire. You can't thrive as a middle-class person anymore. Being able to not be financially scared of medical